But stop with your spotlight service. Nobody appreciates it, and especially not that person who received your help. I'm just saying. Hello, hey, hi, how's it going, guys? Come on in. You already know what I'm going to do. Get comfortable. Thank you so much to my returning faces for returning. To my new subscribers, I know that we have a few new faces. Please consider staying by subscribing. That'd be great if you could do that. I can wait. You can do it now if you like. And don't forget to hit that notification bell while you're at it. Just for future videos. You want to be the first to know. Kidding, not kidding. Come inside. Get comfortable. Get cozy. You already saw the title of today's video, so you know it's going to be an interesting one. Even though I know this is a topic that's been covered many a times, especially on this platform, it never gets tired. It never gets tired. Why? Because we have not discussed it here. So, as I always say, we're going to keep it light, we're going to keep it positive, but equally beneficial at the same time. So, let's get into today's topic. Let's go. So, if you are a person who believes in the importance of privacy, or you value your privacy as much as I do, this video is for you. I know that we are social beings. That's how we build connections with people. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be. I'm not promoting, rather encouraging people to become a recluse or just detach yourself from the social environment altogether. That's not what I'm saying. However, there are certain things that we should keep to ourselves. Things that should just remain private. Not everybody has to know every single thing about us. And so that's why I thought, when I was putting this video together, let's speak about the usual suspects, because these top 5 are the ones that I often see featured on social media, where people just go crazy. And when I say they lay it out and they do it thickly so. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. It's an interesting topic, but like I always say, you want to walk away from this video feeling that you have benefited, or you can benefit somebody by sharing. Who needs this? We all need reminders from time to time, and I feel that all our shared experiences, or everything that we discuss here, that we share, whether it's in the comment section, whether it's on the topics that we speak about, we're here to encourage each other, we're here to help each other. And so that's the purpose of today's video. Like all my videos, I hope that we all can learn something from it. So let's go. Okay, so before we get into the first tip, or before we start reviewing the top 5 suspects, I just want to put it out there that in situations where your life is being threatened, and I'm specifically referring to in relationships or marriages where domestic violence is involved, or where your health is concerned, or you suffer from mental health issues. When I say keep things private in this area or in those areas, absolutely not. By all means, seek professional help. I don't want to say that, oh no, just keep everything to yourself, don't speak to anyone. No, there are certain situations that necessitate outsiders or interventions from outsiders, usually on a professional level. If you feel that you want to speak to family members or your friends or your ride or dies, do that. But by no means, under those circumstances, do not be private about it. Do not. So I just thought I'd put this out there, so that, just to highlight that this is not what we're talking about here. If it's any of the above mentioned situations or circumstances that you're facing, or challenges that you find yourself in, no, by all means, do speak about it. Speak about it, and to whoever is there to help you, or whoever is on a professional level who can assist you in that area. So, okay, I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the first tip in this area, well, what we're talking about, the first thing you should keep private is your income. Why do people feel the need to discuss their financial status publicly? It'll always surprise me. I've been in an environment, a social environment, where some people just speak publicly about their financial status. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't, because some people are very comfortable with it. I myself am not comfortable discussing my financial status with anyone other than my spouse. Not only for safety reasons, but I feel that sometimes you don't know what's out there. And let's just be real. Money can make people do wild things. Just to give you an example, you could be a person who earns X amount every month. Friend over there earns less than you. Friend is feeling a little bit jealous, a little bit competitive, and now it's starting to evoke feelings of envy, feeling like friend needs to up his game a little bit because he needs to match to yours. And it's just, you know what, I just feel it's so unnecessary because it's dangerous. Do you know what people do for money these days? You know when the Bible says money is the root of all evil? Bible didn't say money is evil. It is the root of all evil. It sparks jealousy. It sparks competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with it. There's a lot of dangers that's surrounded by that. And now when you're starting to bring money into a conversation or you're openly speaking about your financial status, not only are you endangering the lives of yourself and your family, but you're inviting people to budget with your money. Next thing you know, family members, friends are, knock, knock, help a little. And everybody starts filtering off of you. So I feel that your bank account or whatever you earn, just be mindful. Just be mindful of what you put out there and what you share with other people. Because like I said, this I feel is something that needs to be between you and your bank account. So the second tip I have, or the second thing rather, that you should keep private is your relationship. Now this is and should forever remain in the red zone. And what I mean by that, I mean no trespassing. I'm talking barbed wire, electric fence, smoke detectors, alarm systems, whatever method of security you need, activate it in that area now. Your relationship should not be public knowledge, and it shouldn't even be the topic of discussion within your social circles. Why? Let me paint a picture for you. We all go through problems, okay? Sometimes you go through a rough patch in your marriage, whether it's you're floating on cloud 9 or you're having intimate problems. Certain things you just don't discuss outside. Unless, of course, you're speaking to a therapist or a professional, then okay, then put it out there. I mean, lay it on the table. But there's just certain things that you shouldn't be discussing outside. Why do I say that? Because not everybody has pure intentions. And a lot of times, relationships are the prime subjects of gossip. Main suspect, number 2. Because why? People want to talk. Everybody wants to talk. And now you've disclosed too much about your relationship or even about your spouse. And it might not always be a positive. What if you're in a vulnerable position and you're disclosing negative information or negative traits about your spouse? Painting your person painting him not even in a bad light. Let's just say painting him 50 shades of black, because now he's already tainted. And depending on who you're speaking to, that person's perception might change. 2 days later, you and spouse have reconciled. Everything is back to roses and sunshine. But friend who knows about all the information that happened 2 days ago is sitting thinking, but spouse is such a bad person. I can't believe spouse treats my friend that way. Is that fair? I mean, would you appreciate that if your spouse were to disclose that type of information outside of your union? How do you come back from that? How does your spouse redeem him or herself from that? And now everybody knows about the dirt that's happening in your house. And it's so unnecessary because we are all imperfect. We make mistakes from time to time. And I know that we do need to seek advice, like I said, from time to time. Nothing wrong with it. But we just need to be mindful and be careful about what it is we're disclosing. What information are you sharing with your family member or your friend? If this person is not a trained professional, why are you speaking about your personal things? Why are you disclosing that type of information with somebody who could carry this knowledge along to group events? And then everybody knows that Shirley's got marital problems. Not that I have marital problems, but I'm just using myself in as an example. So whatever circumstance, the dynamics of your relationship or the intimate details of your love life, don't share it. That's between you and spouse, behind closed doors. You know that saying, don't kiss and tell? Yes, don't do that. So the third thing you need to keep private is your next move. Now, whether you're embarking on a major career change, or you're moving abroad, moving back to your mom's house, or just moving up in life, whatever that is, keep it to yourself. And I don't mean that in a rude way, but I'm just saying, just don't make your plans known just yet. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because not everybody has your best interest at heart. And some people just don't have anything nice to say when it comes to certain changes or plans that we have for ourselves. And if you start inviting that into the conversation, they might try to fill your mind with criticisms or doubts, or just discourage you altogether. That might derail you from what you had planned, even though they might not understand it. Don't worry about that. Your dreams are yours and they're your own to nurture. And the only way that you can nurture that is by keeping a cap on that for as long as you can, or just keeping it private until you've sort of found your feet in that particular goal or with that particular plan. And once it started to grow, then you can make it public, or then you can share it with whomever it is that you want to share it with. But just to protect your journey for that incubation time, rather, just keep a low profile when it comes to that. Because like I said, not everybody has pure intentions, and there's a lot of envy out there. So you might stir up competition, or you might, like I said, invite negative opinions. But it's not because only the negative aspect, but it might also just affect you in a negative way, not because of the outside feedback that you're getting, but it could just be because you're putting so much energy out and you're exporting that, but it's not being met, and now your enthusiasm is not, nobody's meeting your enthusiasm, and so it's just diminishing your light or that spark that you have for that particular goal. And at the end of the day, you might find that you didn't even get to the point where it could unfold. So you might just want to keep a low profile in that area. Let people know or see how you're doing by your actions and not so much by your words, because I feel that there are people who secretly, or rather silently, anticipate your downfall. So in that area, I would suggest, or I would advise, to move in silence, or just to keep a low profile up until you feel strong enough or confident enough to share it with everyone else. So the fourth thing I feel you should keep private is other people's secrets. I think it goes without saying that if someone has shared something with you in confidence, you need to keep it that way. If you've been explicitly asked not to share or not to repeat what was told to you in confidence, you do not tell it, because it's not your story to tell. Sometimes the nature of your conversation doesn't necessitate the person to ask you or to explicitly say, please do not tell, or please do not share. But you can just tell it, listen, this needs to stay between the two of us, or whoever was part of that conversation at that time. So that means you don't share with your neighbor, and you don't share with your mom. You don't even share it with your husband or your wife or your cat. You don't share it with anybody else, because you don't know what it's taken for that person to have to open up to you, or to feel comfortable enough to have to share whatever it is that that person wanted to share with you. A lot of times people speak out of turn, and the consequences that follow are devastating, not only for the person who confided in you, but also between the two of you, because now you've broken the trust and you've jeopardized the whole friendship, and now the person doesn't feel that they can trust you anymore. So just think of the humiliation and the betrayal that follow when you share something that should not be shared with somebody else. So whatever is told to you in the strictest of confidence, keep it that way. So the fifth and final tip I have on things that you need to keep private is your good deeds. Now, if you've done something for someone, be it charity, financial aid, whatever act of kindness or good deed that you've done, keep it to yourself. Now, I say this because I've seen this a lot, especially on social media platforms. And I know that a lot of people do it for recognition. And I feel that if you're going to be kind to make another person's life easier, then do that. Do it for that. But if you're going to use it as a tool to score followers or likes or just be in the spotlight, just cut it out. Don't do it. If you're one of those people, then stop that. Come on. If you've done something honorable and kind, don't brag about it. Try to do something where or at least learn to give without leaving a trace. I believe in humble help, not spotlight service. And I'm going to emphasize this because, like I said, a lot of people do it for recognition. And just think of the person to whom you did render service or help to. How would that person feel, or how embarrassed would that person feel if you were to put that out there for everybody to know? I donated X amount to this person, helped him out, took a selfie and posted it on my Instagram. And now everybody knows that said person needed help. And so it's just not nice. It's not nice, it's not considerate, it's not mindful of the other person. So even if it is that you are doing it for recognition, or find other ways to be popular, but not to the expense of another person, because it was already a humiliation for that person to probably have asked for your help, if that were the case, or if you just voluntarily help that person. Let it be just that. Don't let it be something where you're trying to look good in the public eye, or you just want to gain, like I said, followers. It's not necessary. There's many other ways that you can do that. But helping people out purely for the sake of that, it's not genuine. Don't do it. So like I said, if you're going to help, be humble about it. But stop with your spotlight service. Nobody appreciates it, and especially not that person who received your help. I'm just saying. So there you have it, our 5 suspects. Those are the 5 points of importance that I feel that we should keep private. I know that the conversation might have seemed or appeared light, but think about it. Think about it. What about the comments? I do invite you, if you, like I said, or like I say in every video, if there are comments that you'd like to put out there, put it out there. Have you ever revealed something to someone about something personal that you've ended up regretting later, or whether you did it accidentally or intentionally, or perhaps maybe somebody's made you feel uncomfortable? Put that in the comments down below. Or maybe there's something that you feel that we should keep private, but I haven't mentioned or wasn't part of today's top 5. So please feel free to drop them in the comments below. I invite interaction in the comment section below, because that's how we learn to get to know each other. That's how we share. That's how we help each other. So as light, again, as this video was, I hope that it does benefit you in some way, as I do with all my videos or all the information that I put out there. I do just want to stress that before we sign off, that it is important to maintain some sort of privacy. Not everybody needs to know everything about you. I know that we live in a world where everything is overexposed, and I feel that it's not necessary to give people the privilege of knowing every single detail about you. Don't feel obligated to have to share your private details or your personal life online. It might be the norm in society today, but it doesn't mean that you have to feed into it. So if being private can help your reputation and it can help your success, then by all means, I do encourage you and I do promote that. So that was the message for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed the information that we discussed. I thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing in today's conversation. Was it light? Please share if you have different topics or whatever it is that you feel you would like me to chat about on this channel. Share it in the comments below. If you feel that you don't want to be public about it, you can DM me on my Instagram. It is linked on my banner, or you can take it to my email. please feel free to communicate with me on those platforms as well. I don't mind. I invite you to. Yeah, I'd like to hear from you what your thoughts are, what future content you would like to see on this channel. So let's get to sharing. Let's do that. So guys, as I always say, be mindful, be content, and be blissful, and I'll see you soon. And be safe. Ciao.